Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. So we are officially in 2025 and we're going to be talking about all the new releases that are coming up this year. A lot of these have already released this year and some of them are about to be released. There are fragrances that I do want to get, and then there are some that I'm just like, I'm not really excited about this. So we're gonna talk about it all, what's good and what I'm looking forward to and what I'm just like, okay, this is overdone and I don't need. So with all that said, let's get into talking about all these new fragrances. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn your post notifications on, and let's get started. Starting off, there is a new flanker in the Sweet Tooth line from Sabrina Carpenter. This one's called Me Espresso, after her very iconic song. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this one, although I have tried all of her past ones, the perfume reviewer part of me is like, oh, I need to try that out and test it out for you guys and review it. But then the not perfume reviewer me is like, I don't really care for this. And maybe that's an unpopular opinion. Listen, I love this packaging. Baby blue is one of my favorite colors and the packaging alone is speaking to me. But then I look at the notes and I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm definitely curious to know what it smells like, but I'm not that excited. And that's probably because this is a coffee looking perfume, but then what does make me excited is it does have cappuccino in it. And now I really like the note of cappuccino because it's just sweeter, it's creamier, whereas coffee can tend to smell a little intense and kind of like bitter in perfumes. And there's both espresso in here, which is intense coffee, and also cappuccino. So I'm just like, which one is it gonna smell more of? Like, is it gonna be a bitter coffee scent or is it gonna be creamy sweet coffee? But then there's also other sweet notes that make me more excited. And then also considering the fact that all her other perfumes are generally more like sweet, girly, then that kind of makes me think, okay, maybe this will actually be good and sweet and not like bitter coffee. So honestly, I think I do want to pick this up, but I have been checking and all of her other releases have been available in Walmart. That's where I've gotten all my previous Sweet Tooth and all the flankers. But this one is not available in Walmart as of right now. The only place that I can see it available, obviously, it's on the Sabrina Carpenter website and then also scentbeauty.com. And the full size, which is the 2.5 fluid ounce, is retailing for $59.99. I mean, listen, it looks good, and judging by all her other perfumes, which are all really sweet and girly, I think this one probably will be. This is described as addictive as espresso. This fragrance blends rich cocoa powder and espresso bean with the sensual allure of night blooming jasmine and vanilla orchid. Buttery biscotti adds a delectable sweetness, while a finish of caramel drizzle, sugared amber, and whipped cream creates an irresistible warmth. That all sounds pretty good and it makes this sound pretty like sweet and gourmand, but I probably wouldn't order it online. I think maybe if Walmart carries it at some point, which I'm hoping they do, then I'll probably buy just like the little 1.7 fluid ounce because I do really want to try this out, but I don't think I'm as excited. My favorite of the Sweet Tooth line is the original one. It's perfect. It's creamy white chocolate. Whereas the other ones, I'm like, yeah, they were good, but didn't knock my socks off. Let me know if you guys have tried it and let me know your thoughts and let me know if you think I would like it. Next one, I've actually done a video on this already. I have a whole dedicated review. This release seemed really exciting initially, and then I got it and I was kind of underwhelmed. Not in a sense that it smelled bad, but in a sense that I kind of already had this perfume. It wasn't that different, which is kind of the case with a lot of the Black Opium flankers. This one is Black Opium Glitter from YSL. It's a flanker to Black Opium, and what made me excited is the fact that they added this marshmallow note. Also paired up with the glitter packaging, I just thought it would be like a really creamy, girly, sweet, sexy kind of version of the original. And there was very minor differences, but not enough to where I would have justified keeping both of these in my collection. I still need to figure out which one I'm gonna keep because they're just not different enough for me to keep both. So one of them will have to be decluttered, but I'm still testing out glitter and maybe that'll be the one I end up keeping, or maybe the original. I'm trying to kind of test out both and see how they wear and which one I like more after wearing it for a while because they're just not different enough to where I'd want to keep it. Let's talk about some affordable perfumes. These are pretty exciting. Finery is releasing some more fragrance dupes. I believe there is 3 new releases. Now, I personally will not be getting any of these because I have all of the actual original perfumes that these are all dupes of, but they are really good dupes. They're dupes that are not duped as often as some other dupes. The first new release is called She's a Goodie, and this one is inspired by Carolina Herrera's Good Girl. By the way, this is all from like what I've heard that they are dupes of. I haven't smelled these yet. I haven't gone to Target to smell these yet. The next new release is called Rosalina, and judging by the pink packaging and the kind of similar name, this one's inspired by Delina, which is actually a really good dupe if this actually smells like Delina, because the original Delina is like $400 and this one I believe is like $30. So if it's a good dupe and it smells exactly the same, it's probably one worth checking out. And then the last one is called No Prince Required, which is inspired by I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess by Kilian. Another really great dupe. Another one that I don't see being duped that often, and I know a lot of people really love that fragrance, so another one may be worth trying out if you've been wanting Princess. Again, I have Princess in my collection, and if you've watched my previous videos, I'm honestly debating on what I want to do with Princess because lately I've just haven't been really that wowed by it, and also it doesn't really last. It's not the strongest scent, and it was a pretty penny. So if this one's good and it's strong and it still offers the same scent without having to pay that price point, it's a really good dupe if you've been wanting Princess. There's a new celebrity perfume. This one's by Khloe Kardashian. Now, I did smell this one. It is out at Ulta. I smelled the tester and it was just underwhelming. It wasn't anything too special. I guess maybe if you're into this scent type, maybe you'd like it. It wasn't a bad fragrance. It was just, for my personal collection, number one, very redundant. It just felt like something that was overdone. I've smelled this fragrance before. It's kind of just a nice freshie, and that's kind of it, like a floral fresh kind of fragrance. It's called XO Khloe. There's notes of rose petals, lavender, sage, middle notes of praline, peach, orange blossom, and base notes of musk, tonka bean, woody notes, and moss. The reason why I wanted to go smell the tester is I honestly kind of thought I would get this, considering when I saw it on Fragrantica, it was compared to some of my favorite perfumes, which are Another 13 by Le Labo and Glossier You. But when I smelled it, I didn't think it smelled like either of those perfumes. It was just like a floral freshie that I've definitely smelled before, but not like those fragrances, if that makes sense. So I didn't need this. It was boring and redundant, like I said. I mean, again, if you like this scent family, if you're into fresh floral kind of scents, it is a nice scent, but it's just not one that it's like a new exciting addition to my personal fragrance collection. There's a new release from Phlur. I feel like every time I do these videos, there's always a new release from Phlur and another brand, which I'm going to talk about next, but this one is called Golden Rule, and I really like the packaging. It's like an all gold, like opaque bottle. The notes are actually pretty good in it, and I've been hearing some really great reviews on this one. Now, this one is out, so you can order it off the Phlur website, and I believe it's also on Sephora. This one has top notes of pear, pink pepper, mandarin, middle notes of orange flower, water, coconut milk, jasmine, and base notes of vanilla, benzoin, and sandalwood. Not like super exciting notes, but I've heard people say really great things. Now, what I don't like about this is the price point. It is $99, which is, I mean, I feel like they make it $99 because it's like, oh, it's under 100, but it's over 100 actually, because with tax it's like 100 and something. So for a fragrance that's not even designer to hit that $100 mark, I just feel like is doing too much. I'm excited to smell this one in store, but it's not one that I'm like, oh, I need to run to the store and get this like right now. It's not exciting me to that extent, but I have heard good reviews, so it's probably one that I'm gonna smell at some point, a tester. Maybe if it's different enough to add to my collection, I may, but I don't know. Let me know if you guys have picked this one up. Is it different from what we've usually been getting, or is it just another like redundant scent? And speaking of brands that always come out with new fragrances, there's a new fragrance from Snif. This one's actually, it looks pretty good, and that's probably because I love these type of scents. This one's called Me, and as soon as I saw that name, I was like, oh, that's definitely gonna be like a Your Skin But Better kind of fragrance, which I'm really into. I love scents like Glossier You, Another 13 by Le Labo, Molecula 1. all scents that are your skin but better, more of these like molecular type scents. And when I saw the notes, I got really excited because it's like that irisy, musky, slightly powdery kind of scent that reminds me of Glossier You. The notes we have peach and plum, which sound really good. Peach, not so much, but plum I really do enjoy. So I'm curious to see how they've made that peach smell in here, because peach can go very different ways. It can either be done really well or just like a weird smell. Then there's orris and caramel, base notes of musk, moss, orchinox, and sandalwood. I've also been hearing pretty good things about this one, so I'm excited to smell this. I believe it is out in Ulta, which I'm so mad about because I was literally in Ulta yesterday and I forgot to smell this perfume. I've heard a lot of people compare this to Glossier You Rev, which I smelled both of the new Glossier fragrances, which was like Glossier Dew and Rev, and I wasn't really a fan of either. So that kind of puts me off, but I don't know. I really want to smell this one. I'm actually curious about this one. This next fragrance, I'm very excited about, being a huge fan of the original. It is a flanker. I really want to smell this one, and I also really love the packaging because it just looks like a Barbie perfume, but like sexy Barbie perfume. There is a new flanker that's going to be coming out. This hasn't come out yet, and I'm not sure of the release date. This is another flanker in the Born in Roma line. This one's called Born in Roma Extra Dose, which makes this sound like just a really intensified, super strong version of the OG Donna Born in Roma. The packaging is like this beautiful hot pink. It's like the perfect pink. With the black, it's giving me Y2K, early 2000. So I love all of that. The notes are a little boring though, I'm not gonna lie. It has very simple notes, which I mean is not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm just like, is this gonna be just literally smelling like the original? I don't know. It has blackcurrant, rum, and vanilla. Now, all three of those notes I very much love. Like, you guys know I'm obsessed with blackcurrant. Obviously love vanilla, and I love a nice boozy, rummy kind of note. So looks really good, but it's just such basic notes that I'm a little scared if it'll be another perfume like the original that smells exactly like the original with just little differences. But at the same time, I love the OG Donna Born in Roma, so I really am curious about this one. This will definitely be like an immediate go to the store and smell. Definitely not a blind buy, but I'm excited for when it is released. I want to check this one. This next perfume gets me with packaging, but doesn't any other way. I'm definitely not excited about this one. It's just like the cutest packaging ever. This is another Daisy fragrance, which these are also very redundant to me. They come out with packagings that are so cute. Last year we had these really cute pink ones in the Daisy line, and now we have this really bright yellow, really fun, like it looked like a little toy. This is called Daisy Glow from Marc Jacobs. And the most exciting note in here is strawberry. I feel like strawberry has been a really hot note in fragrances, and I love strawberry notes. So we have strawberry, violet, marigold, and base notes of blonde woods and vanilla. Really nice notes, but because I just haven't been impressed at all with any of the previous Daisies, this is probably gonna be really boring. But I mean, I would smell it if I'm in Ulta, but I don't think this would be one that I would like go out of my way to go smell, you know? I just find all the Daisies really boring. Don't hate me if you love Daisy, but I'm personally not a fan. And I also feel like they all are the same perfume, just in different packaging. So those are all the new perfumes that I've seen that are coming out very soon, some that have already come out this year. Let me know in the comments if you're excited about any of these, if you smelled any of these that are actually already out. Let me know if there's anything I need to go out and test out. I think the fragrance that I'm probably the most curious about that I just showed that is already out that I can go buy is probably the Sabrina Carpenter Mi Espresso perfume, because I've been a fan of all her previous ones, and judging by the sweetness of all the other ones, it makes me have hope for it, even though it's like coffee based and I don't normally love that. So I'm really curious about it. If you've picked it up, let me know in the comments what you think. But that is it for me today. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.